Hi everyone, welcome to Via Celestio Tarot. This is my love reading for all my Aries out there. I am using new decks today, so we will see how this goes. I hope this resonates whenever you come across this, and if you like it, please like and subscribe. Okay, so let's get some energy coming out. What wants to be said? What does Aries need now out there? Something that just came in my head was a phrase of want something I can't have. Don't know what that means. I can only probably resonate with a few people out there. But that is just what came in my head as I shuffled. Sorry. Wow, you got a lot on your mind because I feel like I'm having an actually hard time shuffling right now. So I feel like there's a few messages that want to come out, or like you might have like a few questions you're trying to ask. So let's see what comes out for all of my Aries in the month of August. And I have Aries Venus, so I understand that there's some things going on in the world that you might want some answers to. Okay, messages. Okay. Yeah, that feels right. Okay. So this is kind of the overall energy for the month of August, things that we're dealing with. Temperance has come out, I believe, in every reading I've done so far, so that's very interesting. So the first card is the Five of Gems, Anxiety, then Six of Wings, Passage, Temperance, Patience. I don't know, I feel like even when I was shuffling the cards, it feels like you've been waiting. Like someone is in your life and you're like, I've been waiting for this person for so long. This might be someone from your past, or like the minute you meet someone, you're like, this is who I've been waiting for. Like, I know this now. And something about this makes you want to run away. I don't know if you're having a hard time processing your emotions in the month of August, but something about this makes you want to run away and you're scared. Or you feel like the person you're dealing with is very flaky and flight-like. I don't know, I feel so much in my heart right now. Like, I just feel heavy and I don't know why, and I hope I can get some clarification on why that is. Then we have Temperance, Patience. Again, like the idea of like you've been waiting for this for so long, and I think the idea of something actually working out is a bit terrifying. Like you're like, oh, I've been hoping for this, but now that it's actually here, like I'm kind of terrified of what that means for me going forward. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Let's get some clarification. Ooh, wow. I feel like whoever you're meeting or thinking about, like, it is a weird pairing. Like, I'm gonna hold up. I'm pulling those out first. Like, I feel like you might be like, I'm very, like, you're realistic. You're logical a lot of the time. The way you think is very methodical, and you're like, I know what I want. And this person might be shaking up and have this like spontaneity, fun energy about them that's kind of like, it's charming in that like opposites attract of like, oh, I'm very, or this could be the other way around of like you're a very spontaneous, fun, lighthearted energy, and this person's a bit more serious. So you're like, how do I manage the expectations? How do I manage this relationship going forward? Or the Princess of Roses is someone in your life that you know who's like very fun, could actually be introducing you to someone who's just like the person for you. Like you really trust someone. If someone's trying to hook you up with someone, like blind date, I feel like you should really lean into it and trust it. But I think this person, whoever this person is kind of gonna shake things up in a way that you're gonna have a crisis of confidence of like, you're going to judge yourself very harshly as a result, like, oh my God, am I stuck up? Like, like they're going to shake up your world in a way that you're like, oh God, like, is the way I am read by other people, is that the way that I want to come off? Very similar to Gemini reading. You get in your own way. Like, I feel like you're very, instead of just living and doing, you think 5 steps ahead of, like, how things should be done. And I feel like sometimes when, in past relationships, when things got hard or when the heavy conversations had to come about, people ran away, so that makes you actually hesitant of being vulnerable. You're like, well, when I have been vulnerable with people in the past, that's actually what turned them away, so is that something I want to do? Like, I feel like you want to have these hard conversations and these heavy conversations because you're like, that's how I kind of like assess the future of a relationship. You're like, I need to know that I can have these open and honest conversations with this person, and if they're not willing to be vulnerable with me, that's kind of like your signifier of like whether or not someone's a good match for you. But yeah, I just feel like you're like missing the passion. You're like, I want a relationship that I can have heavy, deep conversations with, but I also want like amazing sex. You're like, why is it one or the other? Like, why can the emotional commitment come with the actual physical commitment as well? Like, why have you only found one balance without the other, if that makes sense? That's going to resonate for a few people out there. Let's pull. I'm pulling from a different deck now to see if I can get some clarification on these cards. Fire energy, very strong. Yeah, I feel like you've been let down of just like, but like people's bullshit, like very non-committal behavior from people in your past that you're like, I just like, it's not hard to commit. Like, I feel like that's something you tell yourself. You're like, I don't understand like why vulnerability is that hard. And you might be a very open person, and that's actually might be terrifying to people. Like, you probably think of like, oh, I'm open, that's easy, like it's easy to have these conversations, but other people might not feel the same way. And I also feel like you have like this really strong sexual energy, and like, not surprised, Aries usually do, but like you're like, you have this like sexual drive, and you're just like, okay, I have this sex drive, but like it means nothing when the emotional connection's not there. I think you might have reached this point where you're like, I know I need both to feel like, to really get into it. Ooh, honey. All right. Interesting. You might be dealing with a Gemini, which is interesting because like a lot of things that came up in the Gemini reading is coming up with this. But yeah, so the fact that the 5 of Cups came up in the 5 of Discs, it's like those kind of go hand in hand of just like, you've been hurt, and I think you're worried to put yourself back out there. Like, there's this huge stagnation of like, I don't want to put myself out there. Like, I feel like every time I do, like that came up before, I'm sorry to repeat it. But again, it's coming out really heavy of just like, you're like, I know I want someone, I want love, but there's so much that you have. I feel like you're just like, you're kind of done giving. You're like, I'm over it. Like, I've done this before, and is it even worth it anymore? There might be some energy around you that like, sometimes you like, I don't know if you have a friend that you'll tell them about your love life, and like they always give you advice that pisses you off or like gets in the way. You might be meeting this person, or the person that you know like through work, like you guys have similar interests in the work that you put out into the world. Ooh, all right. Yeah. I feel like you have success with your work. Like, you're very confident and capable. But now it's like finding that balance of like, okay, well, like, you know who you are, so why aren't you like putting your best foot forward? Like the foot you put forward for your career, like why aren't you putting that same foot forward with like your love life? Like the confidence that you carry with like, you know, you put good work out into the world. Why can't you feel that same way about the relationship and the love you're capable of giving? Yeah, I feel like you're finally, I don't know, you're getting a handle on your emotions. Like, I don't know if some of you have been going to therapy and, like, having major breakthroughs. That's so interesting. So we have the Princess of Cups, and then the Prince of Wands. There could be fire energy that you're dealing with this person, or you have fire in your chart. Which, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of shit going on. I feel like this is good. The moon. You might be in your feelings a lot in the month of August. Like, I feel like you might really be feeling the Cancer in your moon. And I don't know, whoever's coming into your life or is in your life, like, I think you need to just give in, and let yourself be swept away. Like, instead of just thinking about, like, how it could go wrong, or, like, what could possibly be going wrong, I think if you allow yourself to give in, you're actually going to find success. And then at the bottom of the deck was the Two of Cups. So I'm just saying, this could really be something, if you don't allow yourself to judge it and just give in. Especially if you guys are very opposite. Like, it might seem odd, but it might actually work out for the best in that way. Let's pull some love oracle cards for all of my Aries out there. Oof, okay. I'm going to re-pull. Those don't feel right. Well, if it comes out again, I know it's right. It came out again. Alright. Okay. That feels kind of crazy. Okay. I am just a pessimist. Okay. So the card that came out was Healing Heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. So I feel like this is the energy you're moving out of. I'm going to save this one for the last one. That's the card that came out twice. Then we have Heart for Key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. That's what I said. You have to be willing to give in. And then the final card was Wedding Rings, which, I mean, could scare people. I knew it scared me. I was like, oh God, wedding rings. Like, I don't know who's watching this. But union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. I think, not to scare you off, but, like, this relationship could really be the connection that is meant for you to be everlasting. It's meant for you for the future. But there has to be you have to let go of the control. And stop giving into your fear of not being loved. Okay, I hope this resonated. I am sending all my light and love. Take care.